I'm Sergeant Ostrander, and I'll be giving a brief speech on the terrorist attacks in Mumbai in 2008. For 3 days in November of 2008, 10 armed terrorists attacked the Indian city of Mumbai, resulting in the death of 166 people and the death of 300 others, as you can see here. India is no stranger to terrorism, having suffered over 4,108 terrorist attacks between 1970 and 2004. These attacks resulted in an average of 350 deaths per year during that period, according to the University of Maryland news desk. Unfortunately, these trends show no signs of slowing. First, I'll be covering a brief narrative of the attack. Then I'll discuss the preparations that went into the attack. And then last, I will mention a recent arrest that was related to this attack. The information that I'm sharing comes primarily from 3 online newspapers: the LA Times, the New York Times, and the Straits Times. All statistics are from the University of Maryland news desk. The attackers arrived at a fishing pier in an inflatable boat on the night of 26 November 2008. Each of the 10 men carried a backpack that contained an AK-47, a pistol, several hundred rounds of ammunition, explosives, and some food, according to the New York Times. The following narration of the attack is from the Straits Times. Those 10 men split up into 5 groups of 2 men each, and then traveled throughout the city to predestinated locations where they conducted their attacks. In many cases, they placed bombs around the city with time-delayed detonators, so they exploded later. Two examples of this are taxis that 2 separate of the teams used, where they left those time-delayed bombs inside the taxi, and then later on that night, the taxi detonated, killing the driver and their passengers. The first shooting occurred at Mumbai's main trade station. 2 of the attackers went there, and they managed to kill 50 people and wounded 100 others. 2 other attackers went to a Jewish community center where they took 6 hostages. The third group, they went to a place called the Taj Mahal Hotel. Upon arrival, they began shooting people in the lobby. It's possible that other attackers had already checked into the Taj Mahal Hotel in advance, but that hasn't actually been confirmed. The next group of attackers went to a place called the Leonard Cafe, where they shot about 8 people, and after that they joined the other attackers at the Taj Mahal Hotel. The last group of attackers went to 2 different hotels where they shot people. The last of those hotels is called the Oberoi, and they took hostages there and holed up. After the 2 attackers left the train station, they were stopped by a police roadblock where one of them was killed and another one was taken prisoner. On 28 November, Indian security forces were able to kill the attackers in the Oberoi Hotel and in the Jewish Community Center. But that was about a day and a half after the attack had begun. On 29 November, the Taj Mahal Hotel was finally cleared. When asked about the situation, the Indian foreign minister blamed elements in Pakistan, according to the New York Times. These attackers obviously had a plan, and they were well prepared to carry it out. According to the New York Times, this attack was planned by the group Lashkar-e-Taiba, which is a radical Muslim organization based in Pakistan. They're fighting what they perceive as India's occupation of the Kashmir region. During the attack, cell phones were utilized by several of the attackers to communicate with other members of Lashkar-e-Taiba, both in Pakistan and in India. All of the attackers had received extensive training from a former member of the Pakistani military. Thorough reconnaissance had been done on Mumbai, specifically on the Taj Mahal Hotel. Some of that reconnaissance had been done over 2 years prior to the attack actually occurring. The fact that this attack was conducted by a determined organization is highlighted by a recent arrest. The LA Times reports that in December of 2009, about a month ago, a man was an American of Pakistani descent was arrested at the Chicago airport for alleged ties to Lashkar-e-Taiba. In 2006, this guy changed his name from Dawood Galani to David Coleman Headley so that he could more easily travel throughout India and conduct reconnaissance for them. he also conducted reconnaissance specifically for this attack on the Taj Mahal Hotel. In an online post that came to the attention of the FBI, this man claimed to be, quote, disposed toward violence, unquote, towards anyone who was, quote, making fun of Islam, unquote. In conclusion, I covered a narrative of the attack, then I discussed the preparations for the attack, and finally I highlighted a recent arrest related to this attack. The attack in Mumbai was perpetrated by a group of men wanting to bring attention to the situation in Kashmir. It demonstrates how resourceful terrorists can be. Even over a year later, people are still being found and arrested who have ties to this organization and to this plot in particular.